Good evening, Karina Carvalho with ABC News. The opposition has backflipped on a number of budget savings measures. Labor says it will now support $1 billion of cuts the government has been trying to get passed in the Senate. But the coalition insists the numbers barely scratch the surface of the deficit. National Affairs correspondent Greg Jennett.
Jordan's already taken risks with bigger deficits in this election, and today he promised to take another by making unpopular decisions to pay for his spending. He did, but the numbers weren't nearly as scary as the predictions suggested. Big cuts were promised.
And you're really using the scissors well.
They'd been calculated for weeks, and when they were finally delivered, they came with traumatic warnings.
These are difficult decisions. Then we do have to make these hard decisions.
We will continue to make these tough decisions.
The torrent of toughness came in multi-billion-dollar numbers over 10 years and the more reliable 4. With some updated figures on old promises, Labor reckons its budgets would be almost $9 billion better off now. But actual new savings announced today total $3.6 billion over 4 years. Labor's long railed against government plans to wind out end-of-year cash payments to families. Now it's going there too. Those who get the family tax benefit A and who have a household income over $100,000 will see their $720 supplement cut to half that amount per child. It saves $500 million and leaves 137,000 families worse off.
We have come across what is the best compromise.
And that's little Levi.
And Labor's tense relationship with the private health insurance rebate goes on. It'd freeze for a total of 12 years, the wage-linked rates of subsidies saving more than $6 billion over a decade.
Hello, how are you?
Team Turnbull had prepared a counter costing salvo. Media waited, phone calls were made, and then a change of plans.
Went for 45 minutes and there's not clarity on what they've actually put out.
The Prime Minister would be a no-show.
If they actually want the Prime Minister to respond to something, they've actually got to put up something serious.
Scott Morrison's take was that Labor had come up with less than $2.5 billion in real savings.
They remain in a big black hole. They threw a few pebbles in it today, but they've gone nowhere near filling it.
For all the argy-bargy over numbers,
Number 21.
these are perhaps the most important of all. Where's Gary in Queensland? Where's Nick in South Australia? No amount of electoral reform washes the strangeness out of the race for 76 Senate seats. Broadcaster Darren Hinch gets a favoured rails run in Victoria. And the overall trend?
The Labor Party's done well. It's drawn quite close to the left in most states. So that people who start reading from the left will find the Labor Party pretty quickly.
Of course, there are easier ways to grab voter attention.
I'm fine.
Just crush your opponents. So the colour's back in the Senate, which could be unnerving for whoever forms government. Their budget arguments assume the next Senate will actually pass the things they're promising to voters.
The Prime Minister's campaign has just touched down in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast. Andrew Green is with the Prime Minister. What's Malcolm Turnbull doing there, Andrew?
Karina, on a Friday night, the Prime Minister's arrived here at a pub. Just in the past few moments with his wife Lucy, they went to the bar, and a short time ago he addressed the crowd here, standing aside the local member, Wyatt Roy. Now, we're in the marginal seat of Longman, so Malcolm Turnbull's campaign will spend the night here. Then tomorrow it's off to 2 other Queensland marginal seats, the seats of Fisher and also Fairfax. So in under 24 hours, the Prime Minister in Queensland is doing a whip around 3 marginal seats.
Andrew Green reporting there.